Good morning from the wet AT, but not the rainy AT. The rain has stopped, thankfully. I don't even think I have any on my jacket because I kind of waited it out. It looked like the band that was coming through would finally finish up about 8:30, and it did. So we have 23 miles today, and that's very doable, especially compared to the 30 yesterday. It feels like an easy day, relative to that. But we both camped in parking lots last night. I don't know where Untouchable was, but he was down in Monroe, and I was in the grocery store parking lot where I made a little clip last night. Slept okay. I mean, when you're in a public space that you shouldn't be sleeping in, it's always a little bit, you're kind of on edge. But it's kind of like camping, because then little wildlife and stuff wake you up out there. But we'll finish up today and then figure out tomorrow. And tomorrow's supposed to be much rainier, I think, and much more certain that it will rain. Today was too, though, and they kept downgrading it, so grateful for that. And grateful to not be packing up a wet tent and all that this morning, even though this leapfrogging stuff is a pain. Only one more week and we'll be off for the weddings and no more of this. But that's about it for now. Trail's been cruisy so far. I had to climb right out of the trailhead and got sweaty under this rain jacket, but now the wind's kind of blowing and I think I'll keep it on. It's in the 40s today and my hands are cold, but my body's nice and warm. Always interesting when the trail does this, especially on wet rocks. I will be very careful today with this. So made it up that little scramble just fine, knew I would, but there is not room for mischief up here, that's for sure. I think people sometimes look at like national parks and the AT and whatnot and get lulled into a sense of security thinking, well, it's a national park. How hard would they make the trails, or how dangerous? And if you've ever climbed Half Dome, you know the answer, or Angel's Landing. Both of those have a pretty high pucker factor if you're scared of heights. And I don't even have that much of a fear, but they, they'll wake you up. He just ran across the trail in one direction, and a squirrel ran across in the other direction. It was kind of funny. I can't believe he's letting me take a picture. What's wrong? He just stays. Nope, there he goes. They're such funny little guys. So high-strung. It's interesting. We're traveling north so much that spring is kind of traveling with us. Back in Virginia, I felt like everything had really leafed out. And here, I feel like it's still kind of waking up. It's neat to follow it like this. And I realized a minute ago when I was walking through a little bit of grass, I forgot to put on the keratin. So I'm going to stop in a minute and do it. Because with spring and temperatures over about 39 degrees, they are out. And we haven't seen them in a while on us. I have not seen one on me yet, which in some ways scares me, but Untouchable has seen plenty. So I'm going to stop, pull it out, and ladder up. Legs are getting really beat up out here lately. I just keep running into stuff. So if you're wondering what I use as far as the keratin, which branded product, it's the Sawyer. Comes in these little 4 or 2 ounce containers. And I keep it in this plastic bag because I've had the little lid open in my pack before and it makes a huge mess. But I use keratin pretty religiously on my legs every day. I know some people use DEET, but keratin has seemed to work well for me. I also treat some of my clothes. I don't treat everything because I know it washes out pretty quickly, so I just don't bother. But mainly my gaiters, because I feel like if I can put them, shield around them, maybe they won't get down onto my ankles. I mean, I put keratin on there too. Yeah, so that's what I do. More slabby rocks. They're dry, so no biggie. Jersey. I guess that's where I am. Maybe I'm in New York. I really don't know. Regardless, it's turned into a very rocky place. Big, big rocks. But man, I feel like I've traversed these slabs as much as I've been on trail. And the trail's not very well marked. So I've gotten off of it a couple times. And what I was hoping to be an easier day is not gonna be. Well, I guess I should be grateful there's a ladder. The AT is not messing around today. This is crazy. I forgot to put my poles in my pack, so let's see if they survive the fall. Yay. It wasn't bad at all. It's just, it looks more intimidating when you're looking down it. But that's one of those times you wish you had a friend with you so they could like take a picture of you on it. But it's not getting easier. Actually, this makes me more nervous than the ladder. So phone going up again. Somebody's either really early or very late. But regardless, it's kind of a quirky little thing to find in the middle of the wilderness. Pennsylvania gets all the attention with the rocks, but Lord, this is insane. I think this is a very touristy area. I can't remember what it's called. Beauty something? I can't look. I can barely hold the phone and walk. But yeah, this is just it. I guess it's better than ascending, but both are not fun. So sometimes trail magic comes in the form of the trail. This boardwalk I'm making very good time on. It's so cruisy. And there's all these birds, and the landscape's just really pretty. And it's a nice way to end a long day. I mean, long as in 23 miles. So compared to yesterday, it's kind of cruisy. But it's been a good day. The descent down to the Heaven Hill, I think, country store was kind of rough. But the ice cream I had and the half-price quiche, veggie quiche no less, was worth it. And I didn't take pictures, I was too hungry. And I was talking to two new thru hikers that I had not met, who started in Georgia, but they've just caught up because I keep getting off trail, and they were super fun. Two guys that I think went to college together. They had to catch a shuttle for a hostel, so sad to see them go because I wanted to ask them a million questions. One of them lives in Portland, Maine, and that's where our daughter would love to maybe put down roots, we'll see. But at least go to culinary school when she finishes up at Chapel Hill, and that's where he lives, so hope I see him again. But I've got probably, I'm guessing a little under 3 to get to the car. And we're gonna meet in Monroe to have some grub and figure out if we can get my rental car back to Delaware Water Gap tomorrow in a way that makes sense, because we both are so over this slackpack stuff. I mean, that's the benefit, I guess, but it's not worth it for the rest of this chaos. So we'll see.